I am speaking to you now because your heart has been carrying questions you could not voice, and your spirit has been wrestling with storms that arrived without warning. I have seen every silent cry and every moment you hid your trembling by pretending to be strong. I am the one who knows what was said in rooms you never entered and what was planned in corners you never noticed, and I am the one who unravels every knot that was tied against you. I tell you this with tender certainty: I have not abandoned you for a single breath, and I will not abandon you now. There has been an attempt to wound you from a place that should have felt like family. The words that traveled behind your back tried to paint your kindness as weakness and your generosity as a scheme. What was meant to break you will become the testimony that builds you. I am not speaking this to stir your anger. I am speaking this to calm your soul with truth. You were not imagining the chill in the room, the half-smiles, the quick glances that ended the moment you turned your head. You were discerning correctly, and I was teaching you to trust the still, small voice within you. Tonight, I pull back the curtain quietly, not to humiliate anyone, but to rescue you from confusion. You have felt the tide shift around you, messages left unanswered, invitations that never arrived, and stories that folded your name into their shadows. Hear me, I am not surprised. I am not panicked. I am not late. I am the God who stands in your tomorrow and lights the way back to your today with wisdom, and I am the God who stands in your yesterday and removes the sting from what tried to define you. There is jealousy that crept in disguised as concern. There is fear that speaks with confidence, pretending it knows what is best for you, while in secret it hopes you never rise. But you are rising, and your rising does not require another's falling. Your portion does not come from a human hand, and your path is not a staircase someone else can pull away. I have set a table for you in the presence of those who misunderstood you, and I have reserved a chair with your name that no one else can occupy. You will eat peace where you once tasted anxiety, and you will drink courage where you once sipped doubt. I know about the whisper that said you were unreliable. I know about the accusation that you could not be trusted with what you were given. I know about the suggestion that you do not deserve the open doors now standing in front of you. Let me speak to the roots. Those words did not begin with them, they began with the ancient liar who fears your future. The enemy saw you beginning to trust me in places you once doubted and rushed to plant weeds where I had planted wheat. But weeds do not determine harvests, and lies do not cancel destinies. My voice carries the final word over your days. You have wondered if you should defend yourself louder, if you should assemble evidence, if you should push back with the same force that pushed against you. I will teach you wisdom. There will be moments to speak and moments to keep silent, and I will give you the timing that preserves your dignity and guards your peace. You are not called to win every argument, you are called to walk in truth. The path of truth is not noisy, but it is unstoppable. Your quiet, steady faithfulness will outlast the loudest rumor. Do not let bitterness unpack its bags in your heart. Bitterness wants to take your future hostage by chaining your attention to the past. Forgiveness is not your agreement with wrong, forgiveness is your agreement with me. When you release the grip of anger, you free your hands to receive what I have been holding for you. And make no mistake, I am not asking you to pretend that nothing happened. I am inviting you to let me be the judge who sees clearly, the healer who restores fully, and the protector who shields perfectly. I am not blind to betrayal that wears a family name. I know the ache of being wounded where you expected rest. But hear me, you will not become what tried to harm you. Your identity is not revenge, your identity is renewal. Your mind will not replay the offense until the edges of your joy are frayed. I will teach your memory to honor what I did for you more than it rehearses what they did to you. I will teach your tongue to bless what I am building more than it recounts what was broken. Tonight, I place a boundary around your peace. It is not a wall of hardness, it is a garden fence of wisdom. Not every conversation deserves a reply. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Not every opinion deserves your energy. I will show you the difference between reconciliation and re-entry. Reconciliation is the healing of your heart so you can live free and clean. Re-entry is the decision to allow someone back into the closest spaces of your life. These are not the same, and I will guide you in both. I am bringing mentors who carry light for this leg of the journey. They will not fan the flames of drama, they will water the seeds of destiny. I am bringing friendships that taste like relief, where you do not have to shrink to keep a false peace. You will learn the cadence of safe laughter again, the rhythm of rooms that do not require you to explain your worth. Even in the places you must remain present, I will give you armor that looks like humility and authority that sounds like gentleness. You will not be pulled into pits that are baited with guilt. I am repairing your confidence in your discernment. You questioned yourself because the pressure around you called evil good and good evil. But I was training your spirit, strengthening your inner yes and no, so you would not be tossed by every wave of opinion. Where you once wavered, you will stand. Where you once apologized for existing, you will carry your calling like a steady flame. You will not dim to make insecurity comfortable. You will not bend your values to make manipulation satisfied. The brightness I placed in you is not a spotlight, it is a lighthouse. Lighthouses do not chase ships, they stand and shine. I will also speak to timing. There were delays, some caused by attacks, some allowed by my mercy. Had I opened certain doors when you still needed approval from those who could not celebrate you, their claws would have followed you into your next season. I adjusted the clock not to punish you, but to protect you. Now I am turning the key with a measured hand. The opportunities that fit you will not require you to betray yourself to keep them. The rooms I open will not ask you to be smaller to stay. The truth has a way of standing when the noise grows tired. The truth is rising even now. You will see conversations soften, eyes open, and a few apologies, some spoken, some expressed through changed behavior. Do not hold out for an apology to begin your healing. Your healing has already begun because I am here. But when apology comes, receive it with grace. You are called to be a sign of what freedom looks like, not a museum of old hurts. I am addressing the fear within you that says, "What if I am alone in this?" You are not alone. I am with you as surely as breath is with your lungs, as surely as strength is with your bones. I am placing angels at thresholds you cannot see, turning away harm that will never reach your doorstep. There will be nights you sleep through what was meant to keep you awake, and mornings you wake without the heaviness you grew used to carrying. This is not random relief, this is my intentional care. When the thought comes, "Why would someone close try to destroy me?" Remember this: not every heart that sits at your table knows what to do with honor. Some see your growth and feel it as loss. Some taste your favor and fear there won't be enough left for them. But I am an abundant God. I do not run out of destiny, I multiply it. Your rising is an invitation for others to rise, not a verdict that they must fall. If they choose envy, you choose empathy without naivety. If they choose sabotage, you choose wisdom without hatred. Your choices are seeds, and I am the Lord of the harvest. Guard the portals of your life, your ears, your eyes, your calendar, your late-night scrolling, your early morning thoughts. What you feed grows. Feed your courage. Feed your gratitude. Feed your discipline. Do not feed suspicion until it becomes your companion. Let discernment be your companion instead. Suspicion accuses without evidence and burns bridges you might need later. Discernment watches without panic and builds gates you can open or close with peace. I am teaching you the prayer that keeps you light: search me, refine me, lead me. You do not need to carry the weight of proving every detail. You need to carry the weight of staying true. In the quiet of your room, say my name and let the dust settle. I will meet you there with clarity that feels like windows thrown open after a storm. I will meet you there with laughter that breaks the old echo. I will meet you there with strategies that do not fit the world's scripts but unlock doors like keys cut to your soul. There will be signs I send to confirm this word. A message that seemed permanently closed will open with unexpected warmth. A delayed approval will land at just the right hour. A conversation you dreaded will unfold with gentleness you did not expect. A dream will arrive that leaves you waking in peace rather than fear. None of these are coincidence, they are kisses of assurance from your Father. As for the one who has been a conduit of pain, I ask you to place them in my hands. You are not built to be their judge, their therapist, and their savior. You are built to be free. I know their story, the fractures that formed their behavior, the choices they made in hunger and pride. I will deal with them with justice and mercy, which never contradict each other in me. If they turn, I will receive them. If they resist, I will restrain the harm. Either way, I will protect the path I have chosen for you. You will not lose your softness trying to be strong. You will not lose your strength trying to be kind. I am shaping you into someone who carries both, gentleness like rain, courage like a mountain. People will come to you and say, "How did you make it through without becoming bitter?" And you will smile and say, "I was not alone." Your story will be a map for those who cannot yet imagine a way out. Your process will become someone else's promise. Prepare your environment for peace. Put order where chaos has gathered, on your desk, in your phone, in your finances, in your boundaries. Each small act of order is a declaration that you expect blessing to dwell with you. Speak over your doorway that this is a house of truth and a house of rest. Play the songs that lift your eyes. Write the plans that steady your hands. Do not postpone joy until every detail is perfect. Practice joy in the middle of imperfect progress. I am breathing new life into your work. The ideas that felt out of reach will come to you with clarity. Partnerships that align with your values will find you. Provision will meet process, and you will see how I weave need and supply into a single thread that holds. You will stop bracing for things to fall apart. You will begin expecting things to come together. This mindset is not denial of reality, it is agreement with me. Let me talk to your nighttime. Where the mind used to spin, I will bring quiet. Where memories used to sting, I will bring meaning. Where dread used to whisper, I will bring delight. You will not rehearse painful scenes as if they were prophecies. You will hold future scenes of wholeness as if they were previews. You will bless your own steps with words I give you. I am safe. I am seen. I am supplied. These are not slogans, they are truths I am writing into your days. When the truth fully surfaces, as it will, remain steady. Do not perform your pain for an audience. Do not clutch at vindication as if it were oxygen. Breathe me. Let your healing be quiet strength. Let your boundaries speak loudly where your voice does not need to. Those who need to know will know. Those who choose not to see are not your assignment. Your assignment is the path in front of you, lit by my lamp, widened by my love. There will be a moment, soon, when you realize the wound has closed. You will touch the place that once hurt and find only a scar, and even the scar will begin to fade. You will be able to bless the journey that taught you to listen deeper, to love smarter, to walk slower when wisdom said pause, and to move quickly when courage said now. You will be grateful, not for the harm, but for the holiness I brought out of harm. Nothing was wasted. Not your tears. Not your confusion. Not your waiting. I gathered them all and turned them into oil for your future. Lift your head. This is not the night you break, this is the night you bloom. You are stepping out of rooms that no longer fit the size of your calling. You are stepping into conversations where your voice does not have to wrestle for space. You are stepping onto ground that answers your footsteps with welcome. The doors I open before you will not slam at the hint of opposition. The people I send to walk with you will not be threatened by your light. The work I place in your hands will not drain you dry, it will feed you as you feed others. I have already gone ahead to make crooked places straight. You will discover efficiencies you couldn't see before. You will find joy in tasks that used to grieve you. You will watch as what was twisted against you untwists itself and falls harmlessly to the floor. You will have the dignity of being believed without having to beg for it. You will have the sweetness of being understood without having to over-explain. You will have the calm of being held when you thought you had to hold everything together alone. If your heart trembles as you read these words, know that it trembles in the presence of truth. You are not foolish to hope, you are faithful to hope. I am the one who waters seeds hidden deep in the soil and brings harvests without apology. Keep your gaze soft toward me and firm toward your purpose. Keep your hands open to receive and strong to build. Keep your feet pointed forward. The past is a reference, not a residence. Finally, place your sister-in-law, every rumor, every plan, every old fear into my hands now. Whisper it if you must. Shout it if you need. But give it to me fully. I know what to do with it. I know how to dismantle what was constructed against you without destroying anyone's soul. I know how to lift you without shaming another. I know how to turn what was intended for harm into a future that sings with healing. Trust me with the process and trust me with the pace. I bless you with rest tonight. I bless you with clarity that dissolves confusion. I bless you with discernment that does not harden your heart. I bless you with favor that outlives gossip. I bless you with friendships that feel like home and opportunities that fit like a key in a lock. I bless you with the quiet courage to move forward without resentment and the holy audacity to dream again without fear. This is your portion. This is your time. This is your turning. I am with you, and because I am with you, the truth is out and the way ahead is open. I see you reaching for this with trembling hands, and I tell you now, this is not an accident, this is not a coincidence, it is a summons written in the quiet ink of your breath. I have watched you watch the door, the clock, the faces that turned away when you needed them to turn toward you, and I have decided that tonight the silence ends. I am not late. I arrive in the very moment truth becomes ripe, and truth is ripe now. The words before you were carried here by angels who have waited at the threshold until you were ready to hear them. This message is just for you. Do not skip it. Do not turn away, do not say, maybe tomorrow. There are nights that pass like wind, and there are nights that rearrange the furniture of your destiny. This is the second kind of night. You have been faithful with little, and you have been faithful in the shadows, and even in the shadow of a whisper that was not yours. You know the whisper I mean, the murmur that slid across rooms like a snake, that traveled on the backs of half-smiles, that perched in the corners of family gatherings and pretended to be concerned while sharpening its teeth. You felt it, long before you could name it, like a cold draft under the door of your spirit. You did not invite it, you did not deserve it, yet it made itself at home where I declare only peace belongs. I saw it. I recorded it. I did not forget. I have come to lay my hand on the ledger and speak the verdict aloud: enough. The one who tried to destroy you clothed herself in the costume of closeness. She borrowed the language of love without paying the price of love. She lifted your story when your back was turned and served pieces of it to the hungry mouths of gossip, then watched to see if you would bleed. She mistook your kindness for weakness and your silence for defeat. She studied your tears like a map to your soft places and told herself she had found the way to conquer you. Hear me, she did not find a map, she found a minefield. For wherever your heart was walked upon unjustly, I buried seeds of power. Wherever your name was dragged, I drenched it in oil. Wherever your trust was broken, I released a new beginning from its fracture. What she considered your tomb, I have transformed into your womb. Tonight the veil splits. Tonight the disguised intentions come out from behind their painted smiles. The stage where she performed her concern, the late-night calls, the rehearsed sympathies, the messages routed through intermediaries, the "I'm just worried about you, I am striking it with my hand." The masks fall. The script burns. The audience sees the backstage. I am not exposing her to mock her, I am stripping away confusion so you do not doubt your discernment again. Your spirit spoke to you. I taught it the language of warning, and you heard it traveling the wires of your nerves. Do not despise that voice. It kept you alive in rooms where your goodness was a target. You have asked me, why did you let me sit at that table? Why did you let me share my bread with one who hid a knife? Beloved, I let you sit because I wanted them to taste what holiness tastes like and to judge themselves for despising it. I let you sit because you are not fragile glass. You are tempered steel that sings in the fire. I let you sit because I planned to gather every shard of rumor and melt it back into a crown. There is a sound metal makes when it cools into its true shape. Heaven has been listening for that sound from your life, and tonight I hear it. She raised her words against you, but words are seeds, and the ground remembers who planted them. She carried versions of your story to doorways that could not hold it, and when those doorways tried to swallow lies, they found themselves choking on the truth I hid inside your name. That is why the rooms shifted when you entered. That is why conversations grew nervous when you approached. That is why shadows grew busy when your feet were on the steps. I was waking conscience. I was stirring memory. I was calling witnesses from the corners where they pretended not to see. Accusation is a courtroom without a judge. Tonight the judge arrives. Do not gloat, but do not doubt. Do not hate, but do not return to the place where you were devoured. Forgiveness is not a revolving door for predators to re-enter. Forgiveness is a key that opens your future's gate and locks the old trap behind you. I am not asking you to reconcile with what refuses to repent. I am counseling you to release what once gripped you so your hands can take what I have brought to your door. The blessing I send does not share a house with the fear you used to sleep beside. Prepare a room for it. Open the windows for it. Change the sheets of your expectations for it. The blessing is not a rumor, it is already on your porch, knocking with the knuckles of evidence. You have wept without witness, but none of your tears were wasted. I stored them in a bottle that bears your name, and liquid becomes light in my hands. Tonight I pour that light down the paths you must travel next, so you do not stumble over yesterday's debris. I am lighting the letters that spell your assignment, and I am unlighting the letters that spell the names you tried to please. There is a difference between loyalty and captivity, and I am teaching you the difference. Loyalty bends to love, captivity bows to manipulation. Loyalty is a hand, captivity is a chain. The chain breaks now. You feel it even as you read, the slack where there was once strain, the warmth where there was once a frost. That is not imagination, that is deliverance entering your house like air through a newly opened window. You have asked me if you are allowed to be bold now. Hear me, grace does not cancel courage. Grace empowers courage with purpose. I am placing a new sound in your mouth, and you will not apologize for it. Your voice was made to carry weight. When you were quieter, people called it humility, often it was survival. I honor your survival, but I call you into revival. Your voice will no longer serve to keep the peace that is actually fear dressed in compromise. Your voice will be a bell that calls the honest to gather and the deceitful to flee. Sound it. Bless with it. Set boundaries with it. Announce with it that your life will no longer audition for rooms that cannot afford your destiny. The plot that was designed to drain you will now fund you. The time you spent recovering will return as acceleration. The relationships you lost to misrepresentation will be replaced with alliances of integrity. I am setting a table in the presence of those who misunderstood you, not to humiliate them, but to feed you while they learn the flavor of truth. You will not eat scraps tonight, you will taste restoration. Restoration is not replacement, it is multiplication built from what was stolen. Expect double clarity. Expect double joy. Expect double provision. You have done the math of grief, now I teach you the arithmetic of grace. Do not revisit the grave of that old version of you. Do not dress it with flowers. Do not stand there narrating how you died. That chapter ended the moment you refused to become what their words declared. Angels witnessed the closing of that book and opened another with a spine unbroken by despair. In its pages, I have written new appointments and fresh introductions. I have circled places you will go that you could not imagine when you were busy surviving. I have underlined windows that will open in moments you used to dread. I have signed the margins with reminders: you are mine, you are guarded, you are guided, you are graced. Read what I wrote with the calendar of your heart and let the dates come alive beneath your feet. She tried to network your downfall. She tried to recruit agreement against your name. She collected the tired currency of envy and tried to purchase outcomes with it. But envy is counterfeit in my economy. It never buys what it brags it can. The receipts she saved have no value where I reign. The meeting after the meeting that tried to fix your future without your consent, its minutes are not binding in heaven. I overturned the table while they were still planning the seating chart. I rerouted the signatures that were never authorized to sign your destiny. You are not at the mercy of plots that do not include me. I sit in the center of every axis, and tonight I turn the wheel. You will see unusual apologies, some loud, some quiet. You will witness people who once believed the worst struggle to hold on to their borrowed opinions. Let them struggle, that struggle is their deliverance, and you owe them the dignity of their process. You are not their judge, you are my child. If they come in humility, make space for conversation. If they come in curiosity, set the pace with boundaries. If they come in manipulation, close the door gently and keep walking. Your peace is not a negotiation, it is an inheritance. Protect it. I speak to your sleep, be healed. I speak to the part of you that wakes at certain hours as if a memory has tapped your shoulder, be settled. I speak to the habit of rehearsing imaginary arguments with those who did not hear you, be quieted. I speak to the glands in your body that learn to pump fear like fuel, be reset. Your nervous system has served you well. Now teach it a new song. Teach it the rhythm of trust. Teach it that not every knock is danger, that not every message requires immediate explanation, that not every silence is condemnation. I am teaching your body what your spirit already knows: you are safe with me. There are gifts you hid because you thought visibility would make you vulnerable. Bring them out. The safety you sought by shrinking is not safety, it is a slow starvation. I made your hands for something larger than the rooms that tried to shrink you to fit their ceilings. Lift what I put in you, carry it without apology. You are not competing with your family, and you are not required to make yourself small so others do not feel small beside you. Humility is agreement with truth, not agreement with belittlement. Agree with truth. You are extraordinary by design, and your extraordinariness is an assignment, not a vanity. When you shine in purpose, you do not steal light, you switch it on for others to find their path. I rearrange your finances under the banner of wisdom. I align opportunities with your actual calling instead of your old coping. I breathe favor where fatigue lived. You will see doors open that your resume did not knock on. You will be offered chances to speak where your injustice once tried to silence you. You will be invited to rooms because someone watched you handle pain like a priest and said, "We need that grace here." Do not decline because the past tells you you are unqualified. The past does not issue credentials in my kingdom. I do. I put my approval on you not because you performed perfectly, but because you stayed with me when the wind wanted to carry you toward bitterness. That staying is your excellence. Tonight, I also speak to your lineage. The attempt to destroy you was not only about you, it was an old jealousy trying to find a new host. It will not travel forward. I order it to end here. What once moved through branches of the family like a worm through fruit stops at your branch and goes no further. The children who come after you, by blood, by mentorship, by influence, will feed on a different sweetness. They will call your name with gratitude because you refuse to repeat the ceremonies of silence that harmed you. You will teach them boundaries like blessing, not like punishment. You will show them that love and clarity are friends, not enemies. This is how you break a curse. You tell the truth in love, you keep your peace without surrendering it to guilt, and you let me be God over the results. You will not be defined by the night you were lied about. You will be defined by the morning that followed, when you stepped out with a steadiness no rumor could mimic. Your walk will preach. Your smile will testify. Your work will answer questions no debate could settle. People will ask what changed. Tell them the truth. You stopped trying to edit yourself for people who were committed to misunderstanding you, and you started agreeing with the sentence I wrote over your life: chosen, guarded, sent. If you fear confrontation, know this: not all confrontation is combat. Sometimes it is clarity hand in hand with mercy. I will give you the words if I require you to speak. I will give you the silence if I require you to stay quiet. I will also give you the timing. Do not run ahead of me to fix what I am already repairing. The truth coming out tonight is not your burden to carry house to house, it is my light switching on, and light travels faster than any messenger. Rest in that. What you need to know will arrive. Where you must act, I will nudge you in ways you cannot ignore. Where I ask you to be still, I am not minimizing you, I am maximizing the impact of your next step. I restore your laughter. Not the careful chuckle you learned to use like camouflage, but the belly-deep sound that your soul makes when it remembers it is loved. I restore your appetite for good news. I restore your delight in the small, the ordinary, the gentle, the steam rising from a cup, sunlight on the floor, a message at the right time, a door that doesn't squeak anymore. These are not trivial, they are sacraments of normalcy after a season of hypervigilance. Receive them. Let your nervous system practice peace with simple things so it trusts me for the larger ones I am placing in your hands. You will not be punished for the confusion you endured. You will be compensated. The hours of productivity stolen by worry will return as sudden efficiency. The friendships suspended by suspicion will be replaced by friendships cemented by truth. The opportunities delayed by slander will reappear with interest, and when they do, you will say, "Had I gone earlier, would have gone unready. Now I go seasoned." This is my kindness to you, not only to vindicate you, but to mature you in the process, so vindication is not a finish line but a launch pad. As for the one who orchestrated your undoing, I do not delight in her destruction, I delight in justice. If she turns, there is mercy. If she hardens, there is discipline. That is between her and me. Between you and me there is healing, there is advancement, there is instruction, there is joy. Release her into my hands and take your hands off the puppet strings of outcomes. You cannot be both the healed and the surgeon at the same time. Let go. Breathe. Let me finish what I started when I wrote this night into your story. I give you 3 actions for this hour. First, sanctify your spaces. Walk through your rooms and bless them aloud. Declare that no residue of accusation may live where you sleep, create, or pray. Second, reorder your agreements. Write what you are no longer available for, conversations, dynamics, patterns, and write what you are now available for, truth, kindness, opportunities requiring courage, rest. Third, plant a signal of newness. It can be small, a rearranged chair, a fresh journal, a calendar entry with a title that makes your heart rise, but let your body feel what your spirit knows: the season has turned. I seal this word over you with a peace that does not pulse with panic, with a strength that does not shout to prove itself, with a clarity that does not apologize for being clear. The truth is out tonight, not to shame you for not seeing sooner, but to free you from the fog that made you doubt your own eyes. You were not crazy, you were targeted. You are not bitter, you are awake. You are not broken, you are reborn. You did not lose me in the confusion, you found me standing where you are standing now, hand out, smile warm, eyes bright with the future I have always kept for you. Take my hand. We will not creep into tomorrow, we will step. We will not whisper our purpose, we will speak. We will not carry the corpse of old narratives, we will bury them and plant trees on the grave. If you listen closely, you can hear the leaves already moving with a wind that knows your name. That wind is my spirit announcing your new chapter to the corners that once echoed with lies. The night is not your enemy anymore, it is your witness. It saw what they did, and it sees what I am doing. Walk with me into the morning that belongs to you. And when your heart tries to shrink back, remember this: I have written, survivor, across your past, thriver across your present, and builder across your future. No one who didn't write your story gets to edit your ending. This is just for you. You did not stumble here, you were led. Do not try to skip what was sent to skip you out of sorrow. Lift your head. Breathe my name. Say yes. The truth is out tonight, and the truth has taken your side. I am with you. I will not fail you. I am already ahead of you, building a place where your healed feet will dance.